took months for the county to actually come out and do what they needed to do so they can move on, which delayed the building. So I agree, even if it's for the next couple of years, and if we want to change it back, we can always go back. But while we're in this season of building, we should be looking at that. I mean, I'm talking, $2,000 to $3,000 per piece of property. So that would pay for itself. It could pay for the salary itself, considering what the prospect for building is going to be.
Okay. We got one more, y'all, so we can go this public.
But Madam Mayor, just on that other one, I will ask if the council would refer that either to law or refer it. I'm sorry, the one we just spoke about, Mr. Mercer's 2022 R80.
Oh, just Mr. Mercer to
Yes, ma'am. Just once again, same thing, because it has a contract to it. We just got it. And just gives us some opportunity to do some due diligence. Maybe we won't refer it to law. Maybe we just have the first reading and then give us some chance to. I know, that's what I'm thinking. Have the first meeting, give us a chance to review it and make any additions or modifications that we might choose to.
I think y'all gonna hold on to it though.
Well, we just got it today, so at least give us.
Unless y'all get it in law.
Oh, I'm not saying refer it to law because we may not be able to get it through law in a timely manner, but
okay, I get you.
I'm just saying let us have some opportunity to speak to Mr. Desai or what have you about whatever our ideas or concerns may be.
Okay. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Okay, the last thing is Resolution 81. Resolution to execute agreement with Flavor and Papa Kurt to perform legal services. It's got the whereas. I guess we're not welcome. It mentions, I guess that's from the beginning, right, with Ms. Mitchell. Sorry. What are you saying? I'm looking at the whereas. It says he's got the whereas looking yes for nine on here. Is that because it's from the very beginning? Once the nine began? Okay. No, but wait a minute, that's not right. It talks about when he joined Stanton Review. That's not right? Yeah, but I guess, I don't know, it seemed like you wrote it. I don't know, I hadn't had a chance to read it. I believe I was going to start with us to 7 or 8. And Rucker he was, okay, it was under Judge McClain leave. I think it was under Judge McClain. I don't know, 2002, just saying. I don't think he was, no, he was not, Mr. Rucker was not the solicitor in 202 because when I was married, Judge McClain was here. Judge McClain was our law director. I mean, oh Lordy, I don't know. You need to check those dates.
And Madam Mayor, we've been discussing this ad nauseum quite a bit. And my biggest concern with this one is who do we get to review the law solicitor's contract? And that's what we have discussed in law. And not that I want to delay processing the contract, because I appreciate it now coming from the correct attorney firm, but I think that the legislation is written in such a way that it indicates about the flat rate, and I'm okay with the flat rate that's being suggested, but our issue has always been the extraordinary rate, and that's not identified in here. And so the extraordinary rates as far as how much we have been paying for extraordinary services, which is a lot greater than the flat rate. So, and I recognize that he's not asking for a large increase in a flat rate, but it's our extraordinary services that continue to be the higher amount that we continue to pay for and be billed for. And I keep saying it, but there's a disconnect in what is extraordinary and what is part of flat rate. So in law, we are discussing this. We've had this at our last meeting. what they are and how they are spelled out. Right now we are getting a summary, which I appreciate, but the summaries seem to contradict each other. And so this one I'll be asking for it to go to law, um, just because the nature of we're talking about it in law.
Okay. From law, will y'all be able to, after y'all discuss it, will y'all be able to break it down exactly what y'all want the contract to look like?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. And then the other thing is, do we get another attorney to review it? Because now the attorney then works on behalf of us as we look at a contract for our solicitor. Because right now our solicitor reviews all of our contract, but the conversation was who reviews the solicitor's contract. And yes, the statement was made that the village manager does it, but if a village manager doesn't have any law experience, then how is that going to help us? We need to be able to go outside of the village manager to get another attorney to review the contract on our behalf.
So I will hope it's
My recommendation.
Okay, I will hope it's not an attorney that wants the job. I'm just putting it out there.
And I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at some point,
it is what it is.
At some point, it becomes, what's in the best interest of the village.
Right, but when you ask, I would like to know if other municipalities do the same thing as what we're asking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've seen the surveys that came back from other municipalities, and they're not paying near as much as what we're paying for our solicitor.
Or the other municipalities, they don't have a extraordinary.
They don't. Not all of them do it like that. They either do a flat, they do it per item or per what have you. What I looked at is the amount of overall charges that they have based on the size and based on the budget of the community. And we pay a lot more based on our budget overall for legal services than those other communities. And that's something that we are starting to dig more into thanks to the survey that we've received. Not trying to do away with Mr. DeSabe. We're just trying to do that. I know, no, that comes up quite a bit though.
I just need to realize if you pick an attorney, it could be an attorney that they want the job, because even it gets like that. Even when we talk about village managers, we have village managers that used to be village managers want us to hire them, so they're going to give you all the whistles that they want you to pick them. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying is at least have
Lincoln Heights Days, $2,500. Seeds of Hope, the remaining amount in that line item, which is $320. For the ODNR Skip Concessions Grant that we will be receiving next year, $300,000. And then we have other special revenue funds, which is the OPWC Chamberlain and Douglas grant that we'll be getting for
The Village of Lincoln Heights regular council meeting is now in session. Today's date is Monday, December 12th, 2022. The time is 7:46. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey,
Present.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Present.
Councilwoman Phyllis Baber, no response. Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Present.
Councilman Durance Daniels, no response. Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Present.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Present.
Mayor, we have 5 who are present, 2 who are absent. We do have a quorum.
Okay.
Mayor, can I make a motion to excuse Ms. Baber?
Motion to excuse Councilwoman Baber. Roll call.
Second.
It's been moved in second. I'm sorry. It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to excuse Councilwoman Baber.
Can I make a motion that we excuse
Oh,
Mr.
was it
Daniels?
Council? I'm sorry, Councilman Daniels. I'm sorry. I was thinking of her, but I was okay. I'm sorry. Motion to excuse Councilman Daniels. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Tanya Key. Mayor Ruby Kinsey Mumphrey,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Thank you. May the previous prayer take over for this meeting as well. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion in order for the acceptance of the agenda.
So moved.
It's been moved
Second.
and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, filing of the journal. A lot of stuff on here. I've never seen this before. It threw me off a little bit. All right. Motion in order to accept the committee of the whole meeting minutes from November 28th, 22, and regular council meeting minutes of November 28th, 22 with any necessary corrections.
Motion.
I'm gonna call the other ones too.
Oh,
I'm gonna
second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion in order for the public hearing, special exception permit for Acts 118, Housing Group Home meeting minutes for November 28th, 2022.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Motion to approve the minutes for the public hearing, special exception permit for Territots Daycare meeting minutes from November 28th.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Thank you. Announcements. Councilwoman Key, any announcement for you?
No announcements at this time, Mayor.
Okay. Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson?
I have no announcements.
Okay. Is that next week? UAW? Okay. All right, Councilwoman Mitchell?
No announcements.
Okay. And interim village manager, any announcement for you?
No, thank you.
Okay. Isn't there also, there is an announcement though, I just remembered. Is it Santa? You got it? Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you so much. I don't have any announcements myself, but I do would like to ask everybody to have a Merry Christmas. I know when we come back, it'll be after Christmas, so I'm praying for the residents throughout the village of Lincoln Heights, wishing them all a Merry Christmas, and we'll come back before the new year. All right, next. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, due to the holiday, our next council meeting will be on the 27th
Tuesday.
of December. Okay. Next would be hearing from the residents, Mr. James Maben.
I didn't make enough copies, so I'm sorry. Give y'all copies.
You can give and pass one down. Or she can make, no, we gotta get through this. We'll just pass it.
There's
pass
6
it
there.
down.
I didn't
That'd be
know it was that many people.
6 of us.
I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's too loud. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Maben, the floor is yours.
I had been riding around the community looking at the properties that Lincoln Heights owned through,
She
Lincoln-
can't hear you.
I had been riding around Lincoln Heights looking at the properties that were owned by Lincoln Heights Land Development or Land Bank. And if you go to, I think it's the 4th page, the yellow house on Van Buren at 923, I put together a proposal to try and purchase it. And then the funds, you know, how I would allocate them, which, you know, just coming in here in meetings and hearing things I think is needed. I just saw Lincoln Heights Day was 2,500, you know, which these are some of the funds we could try and move around to add to some of those things. But I think it would benefit the community and the people within the residents. Tyrone Overson was talking about getting people qualified for home purchases. So if they went through, I guess, his program or whatever to get them qualified, we could get them home ownership through this program that I'm trying to do. So we do each individual house at a time. I just targeted that one because I've been in the house. I've you know, been through it. It was open for a better part of a couple years. So I went through the inside of the house, saw what all it needed, and put together a budget based off the house I just did on Stephens down the street. And those are the numbers I came up with, you know, which would be, I don't have one of the papers in front of me. I could read it off a little bit. My proposal was to Lincoln Heights I would be able to purchase the house for $1 from Lincoln Heights. The renovation costs, I put it $50,000 with a 10% contingency. The house would be sold for $125,000. $3,000 toward the closing costs for the homeowner to help them with their closing costs. 6% to a real estate agent from Lincoln Heights. $1,000 to the Mayor's Scholarship Fund. I didn't know if we still did that or not. And then $5,000 towards Lincoln Heights Renovation Center or Lincoln Heights Day or whatever y'all felt would be an appropriate, you know, use of funds for it. As of right now, I think the house has been vacant for about 15 years, and it's been an eyesore to the community, and it costs the community to let it sit there vacant. We have to keep up on the maintenance, people dumping on the vacant properties. So it becomes a liability if somebody goes over and get hurt or a kid. That would be something that, you know, Lincoln Heights will have to contend with. I guess I'm not sure the language, but I think a vacant building sitting is just an accident waiting to happen to somebody. So if we could start renovating some of these, it could be a benefit for Lincoln Heights, the community, people in the community, and, you know, getting the tax dollars up as well.
Any questions, council, for Mr. Maben?
Wish you had included some inside pictures.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I do have some inside pictures. I just was trying to put this together kind of like last minute. But another thing I wanted to do too, and I was listening to what y'all were saying as far as with the code enforcer in the building department. which I thought that the code enforcer, I thought he was leaving, I'm not really sure, but I was just gonna throw my hat in there and say, hey, I would like to apply for the code enforcer job, and I would donate 75% of whatever y'all pay for the salary to Lincoln Heights Day, and probably 99%. I think the code enforcer, because if y'all gonna deal with the building department downtown, if you use the code enforcer to kind of interact, because I'm at the building department 2 or 3 times a week, so I'm familiar with what's going on. But it's just not the building department you're dealing with. It's IBI, it's plumbing department, it's other departments. But we know that the building department requires you to put your permit in the window. If it's not in the window, they shut you down. So I thought that would be the code enforcer's job. So I'm not really sure how it's set up, but I would be willing to donate time. If y'all didn't want to hire me, I would donate 25 hours a week to help out and offer my services. That way we would know, what's going on down there. If they actually have permits, which, I know which buildings don't and which do, and I know which ones aren't in code and which aren't.
All right, looks like they'll.
I have a question. Mr.
Go
Maybe,
ahead.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Ms. Mitchell.
what other houses are you working on that you're currently working on? You finished this one. Do you have any other houses you're currently doing?
Not in Lincoln Heights. I'm actually finishing up one in Mount Healthy.
Okay. So you haven't been able to secure the one on Prairie yet?
That one is already, it's 22,000, and after the first of the year, it goes to maybe almost 28 or 29,000. So the land bank is going to get that one.
Oh, okay.
So, it's going to go to the sheriff's sale. I know
Sheriff's
nobody's
sale.
going to do it, but then it's going to wind up going to the land bank. And then I guess when the land bank gets it, they said, I even called Mr. DuPont, and talked to him a little bit. He said you should put together a proposal and present it to Lincoln Heights Council.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I told Mr. Maben when we talked that the issue is, as I remember, council passed a moratorium on the sale of any real estate. So typically, what would happen is a developer, contractor, home builder would submit a proposal to the manager's office, and the manager's office would then bring it to council, and council may or may not go back into executive session to discuss the sale of property, which we can. Here, the manager's hands are tied, because basically if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to purchase, property on 123 Bird Street, there's no point in you even giving me the proposal as manager, because council has said no sales. So the reason I told Mr. Maben if he wanted to continue to pursue it, to come here, was because council would have to, by legislation, decide that it wants to either lift the moratorium or sell this particular property, even though the rest are under moratorium. So I think what Mr. Maben is sort of looking for is, what's the next step? I have my proposal that I've given you. Obviously, council is just seeing it tonight.
Yes, sir.
But probably at our next meeting, after council's had a chance to look at that, and I presume the first 2 or 3 pictures of the property you did on Shepherd?
Stephens, right down the street.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's the address on that? Do you know offhand?
857 Stephens.
857 Stephens?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would say, Ms. Randolph, if you could make a note for the next meeting to go into executive session to discuss the sale of real estate, and I'll give you the more formal language once I look it up, but that's essentially what we're doing. Then council can go in, and if council decides to take any action, Mr. Maben, just so you understand our process, that we typically do everything in what's called an open meeting.
Yes, sir.
But there are certain things that we're allowed to talk about behind closed doors, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
We're not allowed to make any decisions back there. We're just allowed to discuss. So then council comes back out into this open meeting, and if it decides it wanted to lift the moratorium, it wanted to accept your proposal, it wanted to provide a counteroffer, anything of that nature, it would make a motion to do so. If council does not make a motion, then that effectively is a rejection of the proposal because they're not doing anything
Yes, sir.
to change the status quo.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And one more thing, these are just like how I put, like numbers together. Y'all know what Lincoln Heights need more than I do, because y'all dealing with the numbers. I don't know. So y'all can make a suggestion and say, hey, well, we could use the 5,000 in this department. We could use this in this department. Is there any, room to negotiate? Which there's always room to negotiate. I'm just going off what I thought in my head that would work. So.
I did want to ask you about this particular house. So is this house for sale or is it for rent?
No, it's for rent. I have somebody living in it.
It's a rental?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am, and I own the other one.
So,
buy levels.
so what were you wanting to, when it comes to this property, were you wanting to
Sell.
sell or to use it
What-
as rental property?
The reason why I said sell, if you look at how I did the numbers, that's
Mm-hmm.
where we would have to sell it at 125,000. And the reason why we couldn't, the reason why we would keep the price low is because we want to make it affordable because the interest rates are going up now. So if we keep the prices low, then we'll be able to, have a bigger pool of, our people to be able to afford the house, be able to get financing for the house based off their income.
Okay. I don't have anything. I think you explained it. Nothing? All right, thank you, Mr. Maben. We appreciate you coming, and we will
All right.
look at the information that you gave us.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. All right, we're going to the regular agenda. Communications to council from the clerk of council, Lisa Randolph.
Yes, Mayor, I just wanted to let everyone in the village know that Santa has been sighted, and he's expecting to come here on December the 16th for Pictures with Santa. It'll be from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. here at the Village of Lincoln Heights Municipal Building. We're located at 1201 Stephen Avenue, Lincoln Heights 45215. So you can come and have your pictures taken with the one and only Santa Claus. There'll be goodie bags of snacks will be provided, and it's being sponsored by the Village of Lincoln Heights. So for all you kids who've been nice, we expect to see you here on December 16th. That's it, Mayor. I cannot, as an honorary elf, I cannot divulge that information. But if you're here on December 16th at 6 p.m., he may tell you.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you come if you've been naughty?
Well, he is a forgiving Santa, so you have a few days that you can make it out. But he will be here, and he will be here on time. So.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Randolph. I better check my calendar to see what days I was bad and what days I was good on. All right, next is communication from the mayor. I have the mayor's court report for the month of November 2022. Total to the state, $175. Total error fines to external agencies, 0. Total to other entities, including restitution, $6. Total bonds forfeited to the village, 0. Total to village, including miscellaneous receipts and adjustments and BA fees, $1,103. Totaling to be dispersed, $1,284. Also included in the bank reconciliation, you can see that the adjustment on the variance has been finally completed and the adjustment has been made. So I want to thank Mr. Key for helping to get that taken care of as well. Is there a motion or any questions regarding the mayor's monthly report?
Motion to receive.
Okay. All right, moved in second, all accepted?
All in favor? Aye.
All in favor? All right, thank you. Okay. I think this one is Ms. Mitchell. Yeah, to do the appropriations. I thought she was gonna make a motion. Did y'all tell her about it? The motion to bring it back,
What's the budget made available?
the appropriate,
Ms. Mitchell,
I don't know if she knew.
before we go into old business, the annual appropriation ordinance, would you want to state as the finance committee chair what the committee did after the referral and latest recommendation was coming back?
What, you want me to make a motion to bring it out of committee?
No, just, since it was referred to your committee, and I think you had a special meeting, I believe, to review it, what did you review and what recommendation is the committee making? Is it recommending that it be approved?
Okay. But I have a question. Did we make the budget available to the public? Did we do that before we accept it or after?
Well, it's kind of an ongoing thing. It's been available to the public since the first draft.
But did we make that known?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I didn't see any
The
announcement.
notice that got posted lets people know that they can go check it out.
Okay, no, I didn't see that. That's why I was asking. Okay. You want me to do that now? Is it, are we at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Mayor, we had a special finance committee meeting to discuss the appropriation. And I think one of the biggest pieces of a discussion was the police budget. We have some concerns about the cost of that and whether or not that is going to hurt us financially. The other concern was the clerk of courts and how we would balance that position if we were not to have the mayor's court, or if mayor's court is not happening, if there is no tickets coming in and her workload is light, and the need for a finance clerk. How would we budget that? How would we do that? Mr. Desai, that's a question as to whether do we have to tweak the job description. The other concern was whether to have one part-time code enforcer or to go to two code enforcers, two part-times or one full-time. I think the consensus and discussion was to have two or full-time. But we know that that is an area in which we need to have some additional satisfaction. And so with that, the other thing that Mr. Key made clear was that we can accept this appropriation and it can always be changed. We could do that during the year as we make decisions on our appropriation throughout the year, changes that may have to be made. So our recommendation is a guarded one, simply because we think we need to look at the police budget. So that was a discussion, and motion was made to bring it out of committee and back to council.
They don't have to vote on it. Okay. All right, then we can go into the old business of the annual motion order for the annual 2023 permanent appropriation resolution. Oh yeah, it is a second reading. For a second reading. Okay.
Show title only.
Okay. What did you say? Yes, read by title only. I need a.
Okay. Village of
Go. You good.
Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-59, annual 2023 permanent appropriation resolution.
Thank you.
Motion to suspend the rules.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
This is to pass it.
Suspend the rules.
Okay, so Mayor, point of clarification. So in passing this, I guess my concern is when do we get back with the police department, with the sheriff's department to talk about our amount so that we, even though we pass this, we need to be in negotiation with them. So how do we work that out? I mean, we can pass the appropriation, but will we be trying to renegotiate this contract, negotiate this contract? I mean, have we signed it? Are we in, where are we with that?
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Stein.
So we got an email from Pete Stackpole, the attorney for the sheriff's office. I want to say a week ago, maybe a little bit longer, but I feel like it was last week. And they are going to the county administrators with some of the requests we have made. So I think we're going to continue to have to work with them to get this thing finalized. But I think to the appropriation piece, can we have passed the appropriation with the number currently in there? That's not a number we're stuck with. That's a budgeted amount, an anticipatory amount, if you will, and that can always be changed. That appropriation can be increased, decreased, so whatever we need to do. So I wouldn't let that particular line item hold up the passage of the appropriation because that can be addressed once we get the contract finalized with the sheriff's office.
Thank you.
Then my vote is yes.
Thank you.
Hesitantly.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
She said her vote is yes.
Yes,
She said her vote
did.
was yes.
Mine is yes.
Okay. Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage.
Second. It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive the emergency clause.
Second.
Moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion in order for resolution R-73.
Motion here by,
Wait.
Oh,
2022-02.
oh, yeah. Hold on, wait a minute. Motion in order for ordinance number 2022-02.
motion to hear by title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second to read by title only. Roll call, Ms. Randolph.
1 second. I'm sorry. So I had my numbers out of order.
I had mine like that too. It's with the other one.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter,
Yes.
did she say yes? I'm sorry. Okay. That was yes. Okay. Councilwoman Tanya Key,
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell,
So which one are we voting on? Oh,
ordinance
Yes.
number 2.
that don't make sense to me.
She said yes.
I said yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That one.
I didn't hear it. Okay. Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson,
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, ordinance number 2022-0-2. Ordinance prescribing rates and charges for residential and commercial waste collection.
Okay. We're only going to do a first reading on this. Okay.
Can you ask any questions?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
She was
Can
asking.
you ask a question?
Yes, you can ask a question. We're going to do a first reading on it, but yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Can I ask a question? So the increase would be $4.50?
Yes, ma'am. Which is on the, it's going to be included on Resolution R82. And that one, it shows the rates. But due to the reason why we're just doing the first reading is because we want the residents to be informed of the rates. And there's some asks that we've asked Mr. Key to talk regarding Rumpke on negotiating on the reason for the rates and to see if the other municipalities' rates are the same as Lincoln Heights.
Just need to know the difference of $4.50. I know the reason.
Okay. Okay. Now, motion in order for resolution R73.
Motion to hear by title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-73. Resolution approving application of Tara Holland for special exception permit pursuant to Code of Ordinances, Village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio, Section 153.216.
Motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive the emergency clause.
Second.
Been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion in order for resolution R74.
Motion to hear by title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio. Resolution number 2022-R-74. Resolution approving application of Roberta Satterwhite for special exception permit pursuant to Code of Ordinances, Village of Lincoln Heights, Ohio, Section 153.216.
Any questions? If there's no questions, motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage.
Second. It's been Moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
May?
Oh,
Mayor.
I didn't hear you.
Sorry, my voice.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
No.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 4 aye votes, 1 nay. The motion does pass? No? No?
No.
No.
No, it requires a supermajority, so it requires 5 council members.
Okay.
Okay. The motion does not pass.
Mr. Desai?
Yes.
Point of understanding.
Yep.
So what happens at this point? That the application is not approved? Is that what we're saying? Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
Okay, here we go. It's 75. Okay. Pursuant to 538-003 of the Rules of Council, I declare that resolutions R75 through R78 shall be considered on a consent agenda as provided by Robert's Rules of Order. There are no objections of resolution R75 through resolution R78 will be placed on the consent agenda.
Motion to suspend the rules for resolution R75 through R78.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive for passage, resolution 75 through 78.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to accept the emergency clauses for resolutions R75 through 78.
Second.
It's been, did y'all do passage?
Yes, we just.
We is moving. It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
That brings us to resolution, motion order for resolution 79.
Motion to read it by title only.
Second.
Been moved in second. Roll call.
You gotta move together so I can. I apologize. Okay, we had Vice Mayor Stinson, and then it was second by you, Councilwoman Key.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry. She said yes. Okay.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-79. Resolution appointing Deborah K. Brown Gaines, Magistrate of Mayor's Court pursuant to section 1905.05 of the Ohio Revised Code.
Motion to, any questions? Motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumfree.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
Motion to receive the emergency clause.
Second.
Oh, yeah, this one. It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass.
It didn't have one, but you made one.
I thought it had one.
But it's okay.
Yes, it does. Section.
Oh, back part. I'm looking at this part.
That's all right.
All right. All right, next one is, this is a first reading. In committee of the whole, we decided to do a first reading to give everyone opportunity to actually discuss further regarding the professional services for the zoning specialist. So is there a motion for Resolution 80?
Motion to hear by title only.
Second.
Been moved in second, roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-80. Resolution authorizing the village manager to execute an agreement with Donald R. Mercer to provide professional services as a zoning specialist.
All right, thank you. Also, first reading only for Resolution R-81. Motion in order.
Title only. Motion that we read title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second, roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
What resolution is that?
Resolution 81.
Maybe I don't have the right one. My 81 says something different.
She said her 81 says something different. That's the one we're on.
Where are you?
We're at motion to hear by title only.
This says, execute agreement with this legal services.
Right. We're going to read it by title only for the first reading.
That was what it said? I didn't hear that. I heard something
We just
different.
did the motion, that's all.
I thought the motion had to do with Mercer. Am I past that?
Yes, ma'am. We just did that, yeah.
Just read by title only.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-81. Resolution authorizing the village manager to execute an agreement with Flagel and Papakirk. I'm sorry. Flagel and Papakirk to perform legal services.
All right. Thank you. All right, that leads us to first reading. Oh, this is the last one. This goes together with the ordinance that we did recently. It's a first reading on the resolution due to more information is needed as before regarding the Rumpke and solid waste collection rates. Motion in order for resolution R-82.
Motion.
To read it by title only.
Second.
It's been moved in second. Roll call.
Councilwoman Linda Childs Jeter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tanya Key.
Yes.
Apologize for that.
That's okay.
Councilwoman Laverne Mitchell.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jeannie Stinson.
Yes.
Mayor Ruby Kenzie Mumphrey.
Yes.
We have 5 aye votes. The motion does pass. Village of Lincoln Heights, Hamilton County, Ohio, resolution number 2022-R-82. Resolution authorizing the interim village manager to enter into an addendum to the agreement with Rumpke for solid waste collection services.
All right. Is there any miscellaneous business?
Yes. I have a couple of things, Mayor. The first one is we discussed during our committee of the whole about our permit fees. So, Mr. Desai, what is the process? What do we need to do to begin to look at the feasibility of bringing our permit department back to the village?
Boy, you'd have to hire a professional to get that worked through, right? Because you need OPATA certified police officers, somebody who's familiar with whatever the standards under state law are for police officers for equipment, all that stuff. Is that what you're asking me?
She said permits.
Did you misunderstand me?
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Miss Mitchell.
We all are.
Yes, all right.
The feasibility of bringing our permit department back to the village.
Our
Like
building
building
department.
department.
The building department. Oh.
Well, I mean, even if it's just to handle the permits,
I couldn't hear it.
we need our permit money,
Okay.
bottom
You
line.
threw me for a loop there. I was like, well. Yeah, so, and I'm just thinking out loud here. We used to have a building department. Don Mercer was our chief building official. And he also then served in the capacity of the zoning examiner and the plans examiner. So Don wore many hats. He's very, very qualified. And then Dave Edwards probably had the longest tenure as code enforcer. Although I believe we had contracted that out for a little bit as well. But both of those employees, as I recall it, were part-time employees. So I think they had like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 5 schedule or something like that. So I think the first thing, to decide is if you're going to bring the building department back, how is that going to look? Are you going to have a building official, another person who's a zoning specialist, zoning administrator, another person who's a plans examiner, or are you going to look for someone like Don who's got all that wrapped up under one umbrella? Because that's going to be important from a budgetary standpoint. Second, then what are you looking for and I'm going to separate code enforcement from building just for a minute because they're somewhat different, but they are often in the same. I think then you need to decide, what do you need? Do you just need a part-time person? I believe one of the rationales given for contracting out to Hamilton County was that we had such few applications for permits that, it didn't make sense to have somebody here, even on a part-time basis, collecting an hourly wage when they may not actually have any actual work to do. So I think that's the next thing, is to determine what the volume of permits are that are being applied for, and then determine what those hours would be. Once all that background data has been put together and siphoned, and people understand what the needs are and what the budget will allow, then it's a matter of terminating the contract with Hamilton County, and just legislation naming Don Mercer, Jane Doe, whoever, building official, plans examiner, zoning administrator, etc. I think hand in hand with that, as far as code enforcement goes, and this is my perception, so my perception could be wrong, but my perception is that code enforcement is a more full-time capacity as opposed to a part-time capacity. I know that we have a number of properties in the village that are in need of review, and I think without a full-time person, you're going to be challenged to do that, because we've had a full-time person in place now for a while, and I know not all the properties have been gotten to because of the backlog, I presume. So that would be the other thing I would think about, is maybe the building department doesn't need full-time, but maybe the code enforcement does. Now, code enforcement is wrapped into the building department, obviously, because they could be enforcing any number of codes, the property maintenance code, Typically, the building official is going to enforce a building code violation, but they may use the code enforcement for help with that, especially as far as the citation process goes. But that would be my only thought, is that you're probably looking for the code enforcer to be more of a full-time position than you are a part-time position.
I agree with you, Mr. Desai. I am all for a full-time code enforcer, but if we take into consideration that we have HERC here building homes, and if we are going to be reviewing all these properties that we have a moratorium on and what we want built on that, so we know that there's a future in permit fees. And so my concern is we need to be collecting those particular fees. I think we have had, since we've been with the county, maybe 2 reports. I mean, just to give us an idea of the type of fees that are being collected. Okay, the code enforcer, that's important, because there are folks building sheds and garages, adding on to homes, and we're not even getting a report that, number one, did they go down and get a permit? So not only are we losing money, but so is the county, and number 3, someone is in violation. And that tends to be the case. And we need to, if we're a community on the move, then we need to be making sure people are, following, being in compliant. So my main concern is how do we collect permit fees? How do we bring that particular piece back? And I think the code enforcement piece is pretty much easy to do. That is just simply saying we want somebody full-time, and make sure that is in the budget, and then we hire for that. We make that transition. But we're losing money with the permits. So that was one of the things that I was concerned about. What was the feasibility of that?
Well, I would suggest this. I mean, I doubt that we're ever going to generate enough in permit fees to offset the cost.
Oh, sure, we won't.
So,
but
something you could think about, I mean, it's a new world post-COVID, right? You could think about, like the contract in front of us now for Mr. Mercer to serve as the zoning specialist. Mm-hmm. It's $50 an hour. So he's not here physically. It's when something comes in. So he might be agreeable, and I believe Mr. Mercer is in his approaching his 70s, so he may not even want to come in if that's who you would entertain, but he might be willing to do it. Hey, yeah, whenever you get an application, send it over to me. I'll keep track of my time. I'll review it, process it, send it back to you. That might be a more efficient way from a labor cost standpoint to do it. And the reason I keep saying Mr. Mercer is, when the first 10 years I was the law director, anytime I had a question about property, I called Don. Don knows the property in the village like the back of his hand. I called him about a couple other matters a month ago, and he was in the car driving, and he didn't even need to look at anything. He said, oh, yeah, that's zone this and that's zone that. And, he's got the institutional and historical knowledge, and I think he would be willing to do it. Well, I shouldn't speak for him, but if he's willing to do it, I think being able to do it where it's remote, so to speak, except when he has to do inspections, would be enticing. The more important reason to consider having your own building department, I was the law director for Sycamore Township. They contracted out to the county. And the former firm that I was at, we also represented Gulf Manor. And I was involved in a couple of particular situations there. In Gulf Manor, we had a property that was a hazard and abutted a school. And it was difficult to get the county prosecutors to move on it. Had we ever had everything in-house, it would have been our law firm that would have been able to move on it. In Sycamore Township, one of the problems they run into is they use a lot of overlay districts to help them control, especially in the business corridor, control the way a project is going to look, from the type of grass put in to the type of siding that they're going to use, right? And so The zoning certificate that is given to the applicant that they then use to go get the permit at Hamilton County is sort of a provisional certificate. Sycamore Township doesn't give you a final zoning compliance certificate until you've completed the project, right? And they'll go out and count the bushes. You said you were going to put in 22 of these kind of bushes this high. And if you don't do that, they won't give you your final zoning compliance certificate. The problem is the county doesn't communicate with them. And the county will often, well, I'm not going to say often, but I was involved in a case where the county went ahead and gave the developer a final certificate of occupancy, and Sycamore Township zoning administrator was like, why didn't you call me? I hadn't approved it yet. And so having all that in-house allows you to keep that from happening. And that might be a better reason to consider bringing it back in-house, because it allows the village itself to have complete control and just information and knowledge about the process. I can tell you, too, the way the county is set up, they subcontract out part of their permitting process to a company that you heard Mr. Mabin mention. And I know in the city of Montgomery, because I represent a developer up there, we got our final certificate of occupancy, and there were supposed to be certain size window wells, and the developer put in other size window wells, but we already got our certificate of occupancy. Now Montgomery's coming back saying, well, hey, would you mind putting in those other wells? We don't have any legal obligation to do that because we already got our CO. And when I asked the law director for Montgomery, how did we get our CO? He said, well, we went to the company that Mr. Mabin mentioned that the county contracts to, and they say, unless there's a safety issue, we give the person their CO. They don't worry about whether or not the actual as-built matches what was submitted. So again, just a multitude of stories where, and I'm not trying to say the county is bad or incompetent, but when you have, when it's not in-house, right, you're not going to have the ability to keep track of it and to track it, the way that, you can make sure every detail is being tended to. So that might be an even better reason than the permit fees to bring it back in-house, is to make sure none of those things go awry and that the village actually gets the product that it permitted. Thank you for indulging. I know that was a long answer, but I thought it was worth understanding what can happen.
Thank you, Mr. Desai.
But it's not 9 o'clock, so let me continue.
Mr. Desai. her question was, how do we?
Right.
Well, I mean, as I said at the beginning, you would just cancel your contract with Hamilton County and then pass legislation rehiring a chief building official, property maintenance code, which we already have, and then whatever you want to do with the plans and zoning piece.
So is that economic development? Is that something we need to review there?
Yes, ma'am.
So Ms. Key, if you would put that on your agenda.
First thing January. May we have a copy of that Hamilton County contract?
I don't know that I have it. And
we should have it. It should be connected to one of the pieces of legislation.
I wasn't here, so I don't.
Yeah,
know.
we have to have Ms. Randolph. The other
John, if you can't find it, let me know. I'll dig back and see if I can find it. But
right,
okay.
So we can't discuss. I mean,
no.
Okay.
Motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Second.
Been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Good night.
Mr. Desai.